Christina Hendricks shares how she felt supported by Ellen Pompeo on Good American Family exclusive. Christina Hendricks didn't get to share the screen with Ellen Pompeo on Good American Family, but she still felt supported by her fellow actress. I was only really in some courtroom scenes with her, Hendricks, 49, teased during an exclusive interview with Us Weekly. So I didn't really get to do scenes with her, which is a bummer. I'm a huge fan and I love her. Hendricks was thrilled she got to experience Pompeo, 55, as an executive producer on the show, adding, "All I can say is that she was supportive and gets **** done. She had my back and she wanted me to feel comfortable. She did everything that she could in her power to make sure that I could transition from that quick turnaround of getting the role to being on set. How can we make this work? What can we do to make this easy? How can we make this process?" According to Hendricks, Pompeo went above and beyond on set. "She really was checking on me and making sure that everything was all right," Hendricks recalled. "So I just felt very taken care of. I knew she was smart as a whip, so I loved her as a producer. But I do hope I get a chance to act with her." Pompeo has received praise from her Good American Family co-stars since the show premiered in March. Imogen Faith Reed recently told us she chose not to tell Ellen Pompeo about her love for Grey's Anatomy, out of respect, but still felt a bond with the star. "She is very much a role model for me. I did love Grey's Anatomy, and I never told her because I didn't want to weird her out," Reed, 27, told us last month. "But I really loved working alongside Ellen so much." Reed, who plays Natalia Grace, learned so much sharing the screen with Pompeo. "I remember there was a time on set where as an actor you have to get into your right mark, and I was confused," she continued. "Ellen asked the cameraman to turn over the camera for me so I could actually see what I was doing. That was a real learning moment for me. It was like I was really being taught there." At the time, Reed said she was thankful for the support on her first TV acting job. "She always taught me that I could have a voice and that I could speak up," Reed continued. "For my first job, I was shy. I was a bit intimidated, and she always made me feel so comfortable. It was just a real gift for me to have somebody like her to learn from. These things that she's taught me, I'll always take with me to each job that I do." Good American Family, which is currently airing on Hulu, is a scripted true crime series inspired by Natalia Grace, who made headlines when she was adopted by Christine and Michael Barnett as a child only to accuse them of abandoning her. Hendricks plays Natalia Grace's adoptive mother, Cynthia Mans. "I got cast 30 hours before I was on set. So I had to work very, very quickly," Hendricks recalled to us. "I had an opportunity to read the scripts, and I did watch Investigation Discoveries, the Curious Case of Natalia Grace series that's out there to try and get as much information as possible. Then I worked with a dialect coach because we wanted Cynthia to stand out in a little bit of a different way from the Barnetts. So I did all of the big fittings and everything in 30 hours, and then I was on set." Hendricks called it a fast and furious process. "But I digested as much as I could in that amount of time," she continued. "I actually was unfamiliar with the story. Then when they reached out to me, I turned to my husband, George Bianchini, and I was like, 'Oh, this is this wild script.' And he was like, 'I know all about that.' So I think there's a fair amount of people who do know about it." On a golden afternoon in Los Angeles, Christina Hendricks sat down with us for an exclusive conversation, her signature red hair catching the light just so, radiating warmth and poise. But it wasn't her usual glamorous roles or award nominations that brought her here today. It was something deeper. A story about friendship, artistry, and finding family in unexpected places. Hendricks opened up about her transformative experience filming the upcoming drama Good American Family, and the meaningful bond she formed with co-star Ellen Pompeo. "There was something different about this project from the beginning," Hendricks said, her voice soft but certain. "It wasn't just another role or another set. It was an energy. And Ellen brought that energy with her from day one." Good American Family, slated to premiere later this year, follows the lives of three women navigating generational trauma, love, and identity within a sprawling, imperfect, yet resilient American family. The show blends a heartfelt script with raw, magnetic performances. And according to Hendricks, Pompeo played a significant role in creating that on-screen magic. Ellen has this quiet strength, Hendricks explained. You know how some people just get it. She has an intuitive sense of people and how to make everyone around her feel seen. On this set, that made all the difference. Though the show marks their first major project together, Hendricks said the connection between them was instant. There's a calmness about her. I remember one of the early table reads. I was second-guessing everything, my delivery, my interpretation. And Ellen just leaned over, gave me this look, not even a full sentence, and said, "You're in it. Don't overthink it." It grounded me. That's something I'll never forget. The bond they formed went beyond mere collaboration. Hendricks described Pompeo as an anchor, someone who provided stability during long filming days and emotionally charged scenes. The two often found themselves staying late, not rehearsing lines, but talking about life, womanhood, Hollywood, and how storytelling shapes perception. She listens in a way that makes you feel like your story matters, Hendricks shared. In an industry that often prioritizes image over honesty, Ellen makes you feel like being real is the most powerful thing you can be. One particularly intense scene, involving a family breakdown during Thanksgiving dinner, required a vulnerable performance from Hendricks. I was feeling emotionally raw, she recalled. I wasn't sure I could go there in that moment. Ellen didn't say much. She just walked over, stood with me for a moment. No script, no notes. And then gave me a nod. It was like, "You've got this. I'm right here." And that was it. I stepped into the scene and let go. Behind the camera, Pompeo took on a more informal mentorship role, often advocating for the cast's comfort and well-being. She brought this set mom energy, Hendricks laughed. Always checking in, making sure people felt heard. She brought snacks one day, homemade, and just passed them out between takes like we were all at a family picnic. But their bond wasn't forged only in moments of intensity or advocacy. There was also joy. Hendricks described long hours spent between takes sharing music, exchanging books, and even swapping recipes. We found out we both have a soft spot for vintage cookbooks, she smiled. We joked that we should do a spin-off cooking show. Ellen and Christina's retro recipes. It's a friendship that's blossomed beyond the set. The two women have continued to support each other's projects and personal journeys, often sending little check-in texts or recommending films that feel just right for a quiet Sunday. Ellen's someone you don't have to talk to every day to know she's in your corner, Hendricks said. And in this business, in life, that kind of steady presence is rare. As the conversation turned toward the show's themes, resilience, legacy, and belonging, Hendricks grew reflective. Good American Family isn't about being perfect, she said. It's about trying. It's about finding beauty in the cracks. Working with Ellen reminded me that being a part of something bigger than yourself, where people truly lift each other up, is what makes the art meaningful. When asked what she hopes audiences will take away from the show, Hendricks paused, choosing her words with care. I hope people see themselves in it, the messy parts, the brave parts. And I hope they're reminded that support can come from the most unexpected places. For me, it came in the form of Ellen Pompeo. The interview wound down, but the warmth lingered. Hendricks stood, adjusted the collar of her vintage denim jacket, and smiled. You know, we throw the word family around a lot on sets, but this time, it was real. We showed up for each other, and that made all the difference.